Here we go, guys. This is the Star Wars TMS113 Hera Syndulla from the Ahsoka series on Netflix. Let's go ahead and unbox this figure, get into it, and see if it's any good. Here on the bottom of the box, we have the traditional wraparound graphic, this time featuring Hera Syndulla and her scanning device. Moving on up to the top of the box, once again, Hera Syndulla, blaster in hand. And once again, on the side of the box, we have Hera Syndulla standing prominently and proud. I gotta say, it is quite the cool cutout. Removing the top cover reveals yet another graphic of Hera Syndulla, and there she is. Here we go. Here's the figure herself. Check her out. Not too many accessories. Let's get into them. Starting off with our first accessory, we do have Hera's leather satchel. Of course, this one is actually made out of pleather. One day, Hot Toys, one day you'll give us leather on everything. But today apparently is not that day. Good details. Looks like a real satchel. Very impressive. We have a set of tools right here. Pretty sure that this opens, but I'm gonna leave it closed. The second large accessory that we have is this device here, which she was using in the show. If you've seen it, you'll recognize this device. We have two buttons, a blue and a red, and we have two antenna, and I believe we have switch outs for the antenna too. Let me go ahead and grab one of them. So this is an example of one of the antenna switch outs, just plugs in the top. I'm gonna leave it as is, right? Looks good the way it is. We have a pair of extra cuffs. Here is Hera's blaster. For every Star Wars character, you know they got to come with a blaster. Well, this is Hera's. Good detail, good brushwork. Looks good. I'm not going to go through the hands because that is really boring, but I will give you an example of one of them. Gloved hand. Hera's hand. Yeah, there was one more accessory that I forgot to show off. This is the communicator. Yeah, so this is a handheld device. A communicator is what it says that it is. Don't quite remember this in the show. I do remember the tracking device. Let's go ahead and take another look at that tracking device. So now looking at the tracking device, I thought this was a blue button, but it's actually green. Green button, red button. Maybe I thought I was in the Matrix. Blue pill, red pill. Check out the top of the tracking device. Ew, it feels like it's hollow. See, look, the antennas, they come off. Right there. But I'm gonna leave it just like that. If I have her holding this in the display, I would prefer the longer antenna. I think this one comes out here too. Although this one is stuck. I can't get this one out. Let me see if this one comes out. All right, so I was able to get out this antenna out of the tracking device. Luckily, I did not damage it. It was in there pretty tight, but check this out. Boom. Swappable antennae. Let's go ahead and see if we can modify this for a more compact design, for tracking on the go. All your favorite Star Wars friends collapse their antenna. Why don't you? Last but not least, we have a standard Star Wars base. If you have a couple Hot Toys figures, you are familiar with this base. A lot of them come with it. Got the plastic cover protecting the nameplate. And there we go. Star Wars Hera Syndulla. One thing that is unique is she does not come with a waist grabber. Thank God. Freaking hate those. But not a crotch grabber either. Instead, this goes up the back of her jacket. And you see that little curvature right here. So it doesn't get in the way of her back. We'll check this out. We'll see how good this is. Here she is, guys. Check out that tailoring. Fresh from the factory, straight from Hong Kong. Here comes Hera Syndulla and her Liku. Looking good so far. Let's get this plastic off of her. So I was removing the protective cover off of her neck, but I decided I'd go ahead and give you guys a look at her head sculpt itself. All by itself. You see those little dots right here? So I believe this Liku is slightly posable. It is kind of stiff though. It does have adjustable eyes somewhere in there. Very good head sculpt. I would say that this is the star of the show. This was one of their more spectacular head sculpts recently, I would say. All right, here she is all out of the packaging. So far, I'm liking this figure quite a bit. It was a little bit difficult to get her blaster in the holster. It was a tight fit, but I did get it. The arms move very easily. That is a good thing. No problem there. Tailoring is up to snuff. Everything looks good. Had to remove the head to get this satchel on here. But once I did that, you pretty much got the complete look of Hera Syndulla. I may just display her just like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that communicator in her hand. Not too sure. I do like here the reflective quality of this belt buckle. Let's see how her legs move. Oh, not too bad. Pretty easily. One thing I did notice here on this boot, if you do push it up too much, you can see the hinge underneath here. So it's not like a complete boot. It's kind of like an illusion. You've got to make sure that this is all the way down or it doesn't quite look like a boot. But I don't think I'm going to have an issue with that. Got this little emblem right here. Looks real cool. One thing I don't like, I wish they would improve it, is I have a thing with glasses and goggles when they just paint it black. I wish this would actually be a translucent piece of plastic to sell the effect even better. That's my only complaint. If anything, that's nitpicking. But I do like the figure. This right here, this felt, gives the illusion of like a fur jacket collar. Very cool. Did adjust her eyes to give her was Justin's collection say so a bit of side eye. So there we go. Shout out to Justin. This tool set looks freaking sick. I'm tempted to pull out these tools, but I'm not going to do that because I don't know if I can do that. And if I can't do that, I'm going to mess it all up. So I'm just going to be satisfied that it looks like this because that's how you can display it anyway. So we'll just leave it like that. Let's take a look at this emblem right here on her shoulder. This insignia right here with the 5 red dots. And this patch right here on her arm. Very cool flight jacket. All the tailoring looks very good. I do like the texturing on it. I especially like the belt. All the facets and the pouches. I know this is pleather. Hopefully it stands up to time. The backside, which she became quite famous in the show for. And on the back. I need to switch this. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. You can see that patch on the back of her jacket. The boots. Very nice looking. Once you have them pulled down, looks good. Sells the effect. It's got a lot of movement. We have tread on the bottom. Check that out. Check out the knee area. Look at all that stitching. Real nice. Faux pockets. We have this right here. Kind of looks like a pocket, but it's not. Hera Syndulla. The top of the Liku. side. See the markings on her Liku? It's a very detailed figure. Once you actually go ahead and take a look at it, a lot of detail. Simple figure, doesn't come with much, but the things that matter, they did a great job on it. All right, so I got to say this new stand style is pretty cool. It works. Check that out. I do say that's an innovative style of doing a stand. I like that. So there is Hera Syndulla all set up on the stand. Looks good, simple figure. I think it looks phenomenal. It's going to be standing in a museum pose, so it's not going to have anything dramatic going on, so it makes it easy to pose. Don't have to worry too much about creasing up any kind of fabric because it's all pretty much cloth except for the pleather, and she doesn't move that much anyways. Trying to give you guys looks at all different angles, give you a good feeling for this figure. Maybe you want to pick it up. I think it's still sitting on Sideshow's website if you like to purchase from Sideshow like myself. She may still be there, and maybe even Sabine Wren. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint on my next video. Perhaps I do have Sabine Wren on deck. I just got to get to unboxing her. So stay tuned if you enjoy these type of videos. I'm going to have more. Trying out another pose here. Here she is with her communicator, making a phone call across the cosmos. Pretty cool. How about this shot with the tracking device in hand? Not too bad. Give a little bit of variance in the look. Seems to work. And last but not least, what good is it to have a blaster and never wield it? So there she is with the blaster in hand. Check out that face sculpt. I gotta say, looks absolutely phenomenal. So thank you for checking out the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like this type of content, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and I promise you, got more coming. Got Sabine Wren coming. Check it out. Stay tuned.